Welcome back. You're watching live from Paris on France 24. Now is the time of day when we look at what the journalists are talking about and tweeting about and all the rest of it. For that, I'm joined by our media editor, James Creedon. Hello, James.
Good evening, Laura.
Let's talk about satire, online satire, one of your favourite subjects.
It's great.
And how it's being used to criticise multinationals.
That's right. Now, we'll start, first of all, with the Onion. This was brought to my attention when I came into the newsroom today. The Toyota Prius. Now, that is a car usually seen to be very environmentally friendly. It's a hybrid car, etc.
Hollywood stars, isn't
That's
it? They
right.
all drive around.
Now, let's take a look at how the Onion satirised the Toyota Prius in the last few days.
A lot of automakers are rolling out green energy vehicles, but Toyota says its newest Prius is the most environmentally friendly car ever produced. The secret? It kills its driver. When the driver enters the solution, the doors automatically lock and a seatbelt secures him in place. Then it's time for Toyota's revolutionary eco-spike technology to go to work, impaling the driver through the heart and lungs.
Right.
That's not very nice.
The thing is, it's not. But the Toyota have been criticised vastly in the past for exaggerating the environmental benefits of this hybrid car. In fact, the cost of manufacturing, the environmental cost of manufacturing hybrid cars is seen to be as negative for the environment.
Compared
as
to one of those
creating
big 4x4 things that chuck petrol out the back, they're not that bad,
yeah,
are they?
I'm actually just trying to pretend that the Onion were doing this for moral reasons. They didn't really. I think they just do it because they can. Now, interestingly, let's take a look at how the French media picked up on this story. This is Melty Buzz, French website that picks up on viral videos. They thought that Toyota were behind this advertising campaign. They didn't realise that it was an Onion spoof. So they thought, oh, Toyota are trying to, vaunt their environmental qualities by showing that they're prepared even to kill the drivers of their cars to make sure that it's low.
Good for the environment, as long as they can save a polar bear.
So the humour was lost on Melty Buzz, actually. They didn't realise that it was an Onion. That's right. Now, Shell, this is probably a better example. Shell...
Yes, I've seen this one. What is this?
Right, now this is an example of environmentalists such as Greenpeace and other groups trying to point at, I suppose, environmental weaknesses in companies such as Shell. So this website is called arcticready.com. Now, it looks like the real deal.
Looks like advertising, doesn't it? It's got the trademark and everything.
That's right. It looks like a legitimate Shell website. Now, Shell are in the process of preparing to dig for oil in the Arctic, which is, of course, being affected, like a lot of parts of the planet, by global warming. So a lot of the Arctic is melting, and this is particularly negative for wildlife up there and for the environment in general. So this was a way for Greenpeace to draw attention to that. So not alone is the website looking legit, but if you read more closely, you see things like this. That's why we at Shell are committed to not only recognise the challenges that climate change brings, but to take advantage of its tremendous opportunities. And what's the biggest opportunity we've got today? The melting Arctic. So then what they did, these spoofsters...
James.
This is true.
We all need oil.
We do all need oil,
I'm going to really make myself popular with the environmental lobby there.
Well, maybe Greenpeace will be taking a satire of Laura Baines next. But in any case, here what they did is they had all of these photos and they invited members of the public to contribute captions for these photos.
But they do sponsor a photo exhibition, I believe, in London.
And
Portraits,
this is why I think people were convinced by it. A lot of people thought, oh, this is a legitimate Shell campaign. Like the French Melty Buzz website thought that the Onion spoof of...
They just didn't get
this is getting complicated, isn't it? Anyway, so you can see here, you can't run your SUV on cute.
Your SUV.
Your SUV, indeed. Your cat, as the French say. So you have a lot of different captions that came up, pointing to, some say catastrophe, we say opportunity, and always with the Shell slogan, let's go. Now, what's interesting about this, Greenpeace came out and said that they and the Yes Men, a group of pranksters, were behind this. Now, Shell have said they're not going to sue Greenpeace, and they're not going to ask them to take down the website because they were probably aware that would draw even more attention to the issue. You
don't associate oil companies with being concerned about the environment particularly, do you? I mean, even though BP, they turned their logo green. No, it isn't. So maybe with the Prius, you can see how it would be very different. It's associated with their image. But
as
with
you
an
say,
oil
with
company,
BP and with a lot of these companies now, they are trying to market themselves as caring more about the environment than they have in the past. So perhaps this is a way of turning it...
Caring more than not at all.
This is it. This is a way of turning it on its head. Now, on Twitter, some people thought that Shell were legitimately trying to pursue a campaign. And this person said, disastrous campaign by Shell as a caption competition run on their own website backfires against them.
It wasn't a real campaign. Oh, really? They thought it was real.
That's right. Now, do you know
how many people got sucked in, I wonder?
A lot of people. Because this campaign started in June of last year, and it's still a big feature on social media on Twitter.
You one of them, James. I'm sure I saw it on your Facebook page.
I straight away knew it wasn't the real deal. But do you know what it reminded me of? McDonald's, because last year...
Yes, salads at McDonald's.
Well, not just salads, but failed hashtags, right? Because what they tried to do last year was initiate a campaign on Twitter called MacD Stories. And the whole idea was that it was meant to be warm, heartwarming, fuzzy stories about,
Pizza Hut did something like this as well, didn't they?
That's right. I think they did. And the idea is you're meant to share your memories.
Give us your feedback. Yeah, tell us if you like the pizza or the burger.
I met my first love in McDonald's. And, we had those family meals when I was a kid. I remember this. And they thought that people were actually going to do that. What did they do? They just ended up bashing McDonald's on MacD Stories when a hashtag becomes a bash tag, and you had contributions such as this. These MacD Stories never get old, kind of like a box of McDonald's 10-piece chicken McNuggets left in the sun for a week. So you had people using the hashtag, which was meant to be marketing, to basically mock McDonald's.
Well, this is the thing with social media. If you go out there and you ask for feedback, you can't complain when you get it.
This is it, and it's very difficult to decide what the line is between satire, companies trying to, what would you say, failed company bids to market their product or their initiatives. Yeah, it gets very grey. There are lots of grey zones.
This is an ongoing thing, isn't it? I mean, this is corporations trying to get in on the act. Social media websites are phenomenally popular and successful. All those customers just waiting to be tapped into.
They're trying to tap into it.
They can't seem to get it right, though, can they?
Well, the thing is, it's very difficult to control a form of communication like social media. It's out of the control of the PR people. You put something out there, an idea out there, and it's very easy for it to be manipulated and turned back against you, as happened with the bash tag. Now, interestingly, there is an incident in speaking of McDonald's and bad PR. There was a McDonald's hashtag McDo-gate, because McDonald's is called McDo in France. There was an incident on the Champs-Élysées on the 1st of July where somebody was assaulted in McDonald's for wearing a visor. I'll show you if I can find the blog. This is the guy. He went into McDonald's wearing this. He's a Canadian researcher. These were a pair of what you would call
Google glasses.
Yeah, similar to Google glasses, computer vision system that he developed. Apparently they asked him to take it off. He explained, I think they thought he was trying to film what they were doing in McDonald's on the Champs-Élysées. He ended up getting assaulted by the staff, according to his version of the story. And the glasses that he was wearing, rather bizarrely, recorded everything that happened. And you can see here that he's put up photos recorded by those glasses of people he says were McDonald's employees who were witnesses to what happened. And so he put up all these photos on his blog. It's become one of the top trending topics on French Twitter today. And here you have, for example, all of these comments. That's MacD Stories. Here it is. McDo-gate, with some people, basically drawing attention to that issue.
Curiouser and curiouser, James.
Yeah. So I'm not sure it's related to the whole satirical stuff, but anyway.
All right.
Plumpton at the end.
James Creedon, thank you very much indeed. Well, you can go and check that out on your social media sites, or you can stay with us because now we've got web news.